Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thanks for being here, everyone. Much appreciated. We have a fun, interesting conversation I'd like to have with you guys today. We have a tremendous amount of things taking place, and some people are freaking out, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I am having an amazing time literally looking through all the different articles and the different talking points and the talking heads, freaking out. You know why they're freaking out? They're freaking out because of Bitcoin, blockchain related platforms. I've said this for many, many years to most of my friends and family, and then only only recently. I mean, I'm coming up on haven't even been doing the show here for 3 months yet, and coming up here, and I just want to say thank you all for giving me a sub. Helping me grow the channel. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers in just under 3 months. So thank you. If you're new here, welcome. Much appreciated. We discuss multiple different things around cryptocurrency, current events, and the markets in general, and how that actually all takes place. I have a live chat running here, and I'd like to have a conversation with you all. So if you want to pop in, say hey, say good morning, whatever, have a question, have something to discuss, add to the discussion, drop in there. Let's talk about it. Sorry, I have really bad eczema. It's really bothering me. I've been saying that past few days. It's really bothering me. So I am sorry. I keep looking down and just it itches. Anyways, so yeah, do me a favor. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. If you're not, get it out in your socials. Get people to jump in and help me grow the channel. The more people that are in here, the more people that can get this information, and then hopefully have a better educated guest from somebody who's been in this space for a long time and is very technical. Those of you who know me, I've been in IT for a long time, more than 20 years, and I've been in the blockchain crypto space since late 2011. I've spent a lot of my time. I've really turned into loving this environment, just the community and the people around this. It's a grassroots type of an environment. I met a lot of people last weekend at the event that I attended, Mark Moss's Market Disruptors. It's also at the Crypto Miami something or other. I don't remember which one it was, but they were happening at the same time, same building, overlapping. Actually, it was very, very neat. Anyways, a lot of really cool people got to meet in the other crypto OGs. That I still haven't met someone yet. Well, no, I met Max Kaiser. He was in it longer than me, but I haven't met really too many people who have been in it longer than I am. So, but anyways, I digress. Do me a favor, smash those likes if you like this content, and help me grow that channel out. By sharing it and subscribing. You don't necessarily need to do the bell. If you want to hear the amazing content, by all means, grab that bell and get alerts when I go live and things like that. So yeah, I also do a Patreon show. Scroll on the bottom of the screen here. It's also linked to the bottom of the chat or the description of the show. I do a Papa Joe Unfiltered. It's where I get to talk through things that take place in the world that most people. I have an interesting opinion on it. And my point of view, I think, aligns and resonates with a lot of people. A lot of you guys are in there, and really, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So, anyways, who do we have here in the chat? So we got Tom. Good morning, Tom. Looks like you are buying a new truck. Fantastic, man. Enjoy. You're not going to get it for 3 months. You know what? That's the way it is right now, man. That's the way it works. Good morning, Kim. Good morning. Sonia, good morning, and good morning, Rick. How are you doing today? Oh, yeah. I love you, Rick. Anyways, you guys are great. So, yeah, anyways. So today, kind of wanted to cover, like I said a little bit a second ago, the different things. Good morning, Trini Man. What's going on, brother? Haven't seen you in a little while. Actually, you were here yesterday. Thanks for popping in. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump in here. So I have been kind of poking around, trying to pay attention to what's going on, and I'm starting to see more and more people coming out and attacking Bitcoin and attacking cryptocurrency in general. And one of the most beautiful things, and I literally laughed out loud, and I'm still smiling about it, and it makes me really, really, really happy inside, and hopefully it will for you guys as well. But I'll pop this in right here and choose you the same thing. Hillary Clinton fears Bitcoin will undermine the dollar as world reserve currency. It's going to. And it is beautiful. They're literally afraid of it happening, fearful that it's going to happen. We don't necessarily care what her opinion is, but the fact that she is freaking out that that the government is not going to be able to control the monetary system anymore is a big deal. Former Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton spoke out about Bitcoin and crypto's ability to weaken governments. You mean your government. You mean the government of the United States. The ability to control other governments. Yeah, they said that. Hillary warned, look, what looks like a very interesting and somewhat exotic effort to literally mine new coins in order to trade with them has a potential for undermining currencies, for undermining the role of the dollar as a reserve currency, for destabilizing nations. Perhaps starting with small ones, but will go on to much larger. Effectively, oh no, we are not doing this. Sorry, I just had to block someone there. I will not allow someone to sit there and do the whole thing where the crypto asks this, crypto asks that. That doesn't work that way. We don't do that. Do not for safety's sake, do not send any currencies, cryptocurrencies, or anything like that to anyone, unless you know them or you're doing business with them or something like that. Especially don't give your private keys out. That's a very good thing to have. Let's not do that. So, anyways, they're freaking out because they can't control the government. In other words, this right here is very telltale. Tells you right there that the dollar being a reserve currency is used to destabilize nations. So when El Salvador lit it up live as legal tender, they can no longer destabilize that nation. They can no longer control that nation. Because that nation is outside of the monetary system as we know it. Do you understand? That's not how this doesn't work this way. Okay? You got to understand. We have an opportunity as humanity right now to free ourselves from the constructs of the government controlling our lives from a monetary perspective. If they control the money, they control you. If you control the money, you control them. It is their privilege. It is not their right. It is their privilege to serve you. I saw, believe it or not, on TikTok the other day, a lawyer answering someone's questions. If you could change one thing or add one thing to the Constitution, what would it be? And that would be, and he basically said that it would require that all public servants would be required to receive no further payment of any kind. They would be banned from receiving any payment of any kind except for the salary that was denoted to them by the Constitution. And one slight change would be that they would receive the median income of the state they represented. I actually kind of think that's a cool idea. They can't make more money than the person in the middle of the state, middle of the road, if you will, for the median income for that state. And they cannot receive payment, bribes, under the table deals from anybody asking them to do anything. It just keeps things honest. I actually kind of thought that was a cool idea. I don't know. So yeah, she's freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. If she's freaking out, there's a lot of other people freaking out. There's another article here that kind of talks about it. Hillary Clinton. Cryptocurrencies can destabilize nations. No, it frees them from the construct of the dollar was the world reserve. When Bitcoin becomes the world reserve, and I really think it will, Cliff High's reports talk about that, it will. Yeah, it sounds fair. Exactly. It sounds fair. It makes them have to have the same salary that the median income of the state that they represent does. It then becomes a true servant-led environment. It's not where this pay-to-play crap takes place. Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You do me your favor, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I digress. Come back over here. She's saying crypto is dangerous. No, crypto is dangerous to them because it undermines their authority. No, I'm sorry. It undermines, they have no authority anyways. It undermines their ability to steal from you, from me, from the world. You guys remember what happened overseas? I will, it has to do with a place that it sounds similar to or rhymes with Ozzy. We'll just leave it there on that one. Be careful out here in the public. Yeah, that was all this person here going and destabilizing a region for their own personal gain. Okay? All that's going to come out here in the not too far future. But you need to understand, when this person's coming out freaking out about this and slamming it and saying this is dangerous, it's only dangerous for them. It's only dangerous for everyone else, and it's freedom for you and me. It allows us to truly free ourselves from this construct. You know, everyone says you need a plan B. You need a plan B. You need to flip into a plan B, and you need to have a trigger for your plan B to go into effect. Right? Well, and I talk about this a little bit on my show. Again, nothing I say in here is financial, tax, or legal advice. I highly recommend, though, that you do your research, and hopefully this is part of your research, listening to what I have to say around this stuff, is that you need to have a plan B. You need to realize that cryptocurrency is and should be part of your exit strategy. It is part of mine. Actually, I don't really... No. For me, it's different. I don't touch the stock market. I don't touch the stock market at all. Like at all. And those people who do are looking. I have different funds, different financial institutions talking to me right now, trying to figure out when the linchpin gets pulled and this thing starts coming down. How do I protect my clients' assets? Because the dollars failed. They realize that. They're recognizing the dollars failed. These are massive funds who have massive amounts of money. Then their clients hold that with them, and they're trying to say, how do I protect my clients' money? Because historically, they would just pull it into cash, wait for everything to collapse, and then buy back in, and then everyone would do hunky-dory and do even better. But the dollar's collapsed. The dollar has no more authority in the world. And the fact that Hillary Clinton is coming out and saying that digital assets are some of today's challenges, and they're actually could harm entire countries, no. Not going to harm the country. It's going to harm their ability to control the country. It's going to quite literally strip them from the ability to do that. And they hate it. They're backed into a corner. And there's nothing they can do. They can't regulate it. They can't take it from you because it's yours. They can't just turn it off because, well, they can't. Turn off a node, great. The rest of the world's still running. Turn off all the nodes in the United States. The rest of the world's still running. It still works. What would I read something somewhere. I actually think that Elon Musk sent a node up in space. There's a node running in space. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. I want to say I read that somewhere. It doesn't go away. It can't go away. That's huge, people. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. Samstorm, did y'all buy that dip? You betcha. For me, I don't take profits at the top. I just buy more at the bottom, or where the bottom is at the dip, and just accumulate. Just continue to accumulate. And that's some of the things that I do is I will be taking loans out on stuff I have. There's ways to legally structure the funds that you have to appropriately maintain the ownership of them to where you don't have to be concerned about them. Where you can take a loan on them. You can't tax a loan. And you decide whether you're going to pay them back or not. That kind of stuff is up to you. You need to understand that that's how this stuff works. Kind of cool, huh? Yeah, I think so too. Anyways, we'll move on here. ECBs Lagarde says that a rate hike unlikely for 2022, and the euro slides afterwards. You know why she says it's unlikely? Where was it? Let's see. Lagarde made it clear in September that central banks' actions were. I lost my train. Oh, sorry. My eyes have been hurting today. I apologize. Lagarde made it clear in September that central bank's actions were a recalibration, but not a tapering. At the time, some of the market participants believe that ECB is underestimating inflation pressures and would therefore likely have to announce a rate hike before the start of 2023. So, inflation. They can't raise the rates because of inflation, and because of inflation, it's this catch-22. They raise the rates at all from this point, everything blows up from a monetary perspective. If they don't raise rates, then inflation continues to rise, and then it blows up from a monetary perspective. They can't win now. They're stuck. You raise rates, it blows up. You don't raise rates, it blows up. It blows up. It doesn't matter. So pick your poison. You either be the one who falls in the grenade, or you let it happen on its own. And none of the central institutions are going to fall in that grenade. They don't want to be to blame, and they know they would be. I keep telling you guys, the exit strategy: cryptocurrency, gold, silver. Physically hold it. You want to protect and lock in your ability to have your purchasing power protected going forward. Gold and silver. If you want to have the volatility and the market-like environment where you can actually earn interest or earn a residual income from staking, if you want to be able to earn a continual growth in what you do have, cryptocurrency. It's technology first before it's anything else. Then it's like a stock that you can spend. It's like cash. It's like property. It's very, very much so something that the world has never seen before. It's beautiful, and it gives you freedom to do what you want because it has its underlying technological advancements that allow it to do the things it's doing is all straight up because of blockchain technology. I'm not kidding. That's what gives you the freedom. It's technology that gives the freedom to humanity like we've never seen before. When you understand how it works, like I really understand how it works. When you see that and you can see all the different connections and start architect solutions for businesses, for entire conglomerates, you can really make some amazing stuff happen. I'll pop over here real quick. You'll have heard me talk about Plan B stuff. There's another article here. Bitcoin reaching $100,000 is still inevitable before 2022. And I agree. I think we'll actually see it hit that $100,000 mark. I really do. So I love the beginning of this. Bitcoin to infinity. Yes, that will be the limit of Bitcoin sooner or later. The reason being is because once people realize that Bitcoin cannot or will eventually end up becoming priceless because there will be nothing in the world that will actually be able to value it in, it will become the world's reserve currency. Everything will be denominated in Bitcoin. Satoshis. It will. Your ounce of silver will be how many Satoshis can does it take to buy a silver bar or a bar of gold? How many Satoshis does it take to buy land? That's what we're going into, folks. Everyone's like, there's not enough Bitcoin to go everywhere. Well, the smallest denomination of a Bitcoin is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. Yes, it can be divided by 100 million pieces, which means that is the smallest form of it. People will start to work for Satoshis. And it's a beautiful thing. If you hold a tenth of a Bitcoin, if you hold a fifth of a Bitcoin, you need to understand that you're already, that when it goes priceless, you're not going to have to be concerned about financial stuff ever again. And if you hold a whole one, or you hold a handful of them, or you hold 1,000 of them, or you hold multiple thousands of them, yeah, that's the kind of wealth that just the world has never seen before. And we're going into that phase now. We really are. My camera here, sorry. We are. It's exciting to see. Yes, I brought up investor Ackman says U.S. is facing. I brought up Ackman before. It's facing a classic bubble fueled by Fed's easy money policy. Basically, we're in a classic bubble, which has been driven by the Fed. Ackman, who runs a hedge fund, Pershing Square Capital Management, said at a conference sponsored by S&P Global Ratings. Yeah, we are headed for this. In October, the consumer prices rose 6.2%. I really actually probably think it's more like 26%. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I saw an article, I couldn't find it again. It probably got removed. That in Germany, the it wasn't it was I think it was consumer goods, not purchasing, not prices, but consumer goods or something like that, rose 18.5% in October. The prices of this stuff, oh no, it was commodities. Something about commodities rose 18.5% in Germany. The world is going to inflate a lot faster than we are because we are the reserve currency right now. But it's all going to collapse. It's all going to collapse and fall. It's going to fall hard. All the other countries are going to fall first. America, U.S. dollar will be the last to fall, and it will fall quickly. It'll be in quick succession. It'll be very close to how dominoes work. If you've never set up a long string of dominoes, the first couple are really slow, or slower than the rest. Not really slow, but they're slower than the rest. It's like boom, 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 and then it just speeds really, really fast up. That's how it'll happen. And then it'll be a massive, massive mess. Man, it'll be a mess. It's going to be fun. Also, just want to really point this out real quick. Just kind of keep the thumb on this. Zillow changes its 2022 real estate outlook. Here's what it says to expect from home prices next year. Now, get this. Get this. Back in September, Zillow released a bullish 22 forecast, which predicted U.S. home prices would climb another 11.7% over the coming 12 months. But now the real estate is estimating that it was too low. On Wednesday, it published another report stating that it would rise to 13.6%. Yeah. Nope. I very much disagree with that. There's another article. What is it? CoreLogic is forecasting that a 1.9% price growth over the next coming 12 months. And Mortgage Bankers Association, which is actually forecasting 2.5% drop by the end of 2022. I am more inclined to agree with them, and Zillow actually puts it in themselves. In their own words. Where was it? Come on, find it, Papa Joe, find it. Sorry. I'm dealing with a slight headache today. My eyes have been really, really bothering me. Basically, they're admitting it is neither good. Okay, basically, Zillow came out and announced it's not good it admitted that it wasn't good at flipping houses or forecasting home prices. They literally admitted that. The Zillow CEO, was blunt in his assessment of their price forecasting for shortcomings. We've determined and unprecedentedly, I can't say that word. Speak. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. In forecasting, home price far exceeds what we anticipated. Basically, they're saying, we can't do this. We've shut our thing down. You guys know that last month, or the month before, it was last month, that Zillow's, their home flipping stuff that they had set up running was, it was 66% of the homes in their portfolio were underwater. So naturally, they would forecast that the price would go up because that's only in their benefit, right? There's an emotional tact to why that is actually happening. If you really look at the market, inflation The prices may go up because of inflation, but there's not real value that it's causing that to rise. That's not what's causing it to rise. Inflation is causing it to rise. The rise you see will be straight up from inflation. The amount of money they have printed is insane, and we're going to be in significant trouble with this when it comes down from an economic standpoint. If you're already into cryptos, you have gold and silver, you'll be fine. When this happens, though, you're going to probably want to be more concerned about food and making sure you have stuff to keep yourself warm. It's going into the winter here. Things like that. It's going to be more bullets for hunting, stuff like that, or God forbid, protection. Stuff like that. You're going to need those kinds of things to make sure that you are more prepared from that standpoint. The rest of the world they're off in a la la land. I think it was the character who played Mark Baum in The Big Short put it best. Everyone's walking around like they're in an Indian movie. All they care about is the sports scores and the games. They have no idea what's going on around them. They're about to find out. We're at that precipice. We're at that point again. It's going to hurt really, really bad. There was one other statistic in here I wanted to point out to you guys. Oh, where was it? Where is it? Basically, it was stating that the last time that we saw this kind of growth. Oh, there it is. The largest 12, or for perspective, to put it into perspective for you guys, the largest 12-month uptick in U.S. home prices leading up to the 2008 crisis was 14.1%. In August, or no, let's see. Yeah, between August 2020 and August 2021, it rose 19.9%. Just to kind of put it into perspective. And they're saying it's going to go up another 13.5%. We've been looking for homes. I can tell you right now, they are not worth what people are paying for them. They're not. And that is a surefire economic indicator to me that this has gotten too frothy. And this is one of many sectors that we're going to end up having to deal with this, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. And that's why I'm doing the show. If you're new here, subscribe. I talk about this stuff. I correlate it with how you can get into cryptos and get out of cryptos. I can't legally tell you what to do. Cryptos your plan B. That's your exit strategy. That's to get out and stay safe. Yes, cryptos will probably fall along with everything else because of all the people who will immediately knee-jerk pull out into cash, and then they'll quickly realize that the cash is worthless, and then they'll dump it right back into crypto. And because there's not really people have been conditioned not to do gold and silver. I don't know why. They're stupid, in my opinion. The reason, hopefully, none of you guys here or people who are against gold and silver, but you need to understand, for the past 5,000 years, from a monetary history perspective, gold and silver have done nothing but store and protect the ability from the individual who holds it, to protect their purchasing power and their ability to buy in the future. Basically, when you buy gold and silver, it's like taking a snapshot of what you have in whatever fiat currency and its ability to buy at that point in time, and you can carry it forward for generations because it's been done for generations. On my website, Astra Blockchain Consulting, it's also, I think, listed in here in the description. Under the resources tab at the very bottom, I have Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money listed there. Take a watch. Enjoy it. It'll teach you a lot about monetary history. He does a really, really good job explaining it. At the beginning, on the onset of the first couple of videos, he's against cryptocurrency because he's a serious gold silver bug. But towards the end, towards the back half, he starts talking positively about crypto because he starts to realize its correlation and similarities to gold and silver. Fascinating series. Anyways, I have a meeting here. I am now late for, so you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. I'll have a show at 4:30. If you want to, for the Patreon show, that is a video that is set up specifically for those who are in the Patreon. So you want to be part of that? It's $5 a month. I hate that I have to charge $5. I want to speak openly about this stuff, but it's the only way that I can have an unfiltered Papa Joe time. Anyways, you guys be blessed. We'll talk to you soon.